Cavecast, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds.
So I guess like to kind of like catch everybody up was that I had an amazing treasure find this week before we get into the Lee stuff, which I'm sure is why people are clicking on this because that is something that is very serious that we definitely need to talk about. And I would encourage anybody that listens to that part, even if you skip ahead or whatever, take nothing else from this besides share his video that's in the description.
Yeah.
And make sure that people understand what's happening. But fun little tidbit for the week was that I had sent you a picture. I was cleaning out the closet in the Riker studio.
Yeah.
Because it's just that's what I've called like basically dubbed like the closet of doom. Like it's got pretty much anything and everything in it that we've ever used since the beginning of the channel. And I think it's not been cleaned since the beginning of the channel. So it's like it's just
shit. Yeah.
So which makes sense as to what happened because I ended up picking things up, taking them out, and I was like, oh, wow, a pack of strings. Cool. There's an extra set. And then I would open up something else, and I'm like, oh, wow. Another pack of strings. Oh, shit. Basically now, like, I essentially have, like, almost 20 packs, including a bass string set, which I bought just in case around the time that Ron had visited us to record his bass stuff for Hallelujah. And I just remember looking at all this and I'm like, my first thought was, do they expire? I'm like, is there a time limit of when I can use them? So, yeah, it was kind of like a little thing where it was like kind of like finding money in your winter coat, like the following season. You're like, oh, that's a McRib, so, or something. But I mean, clearly this is much more than that. But I don't know, that was an interesting kind of experience because it was a fun day. It was cool. I just got to kind of like unplug and just kind of like put my phone to the side and just, because it's one of those, like, I try to be active around it, but in the same hand was that, like, I kind of just took like a decent chunk of time and just plugged my phone in and just left it on the counter and just like listened to music, and just kind of like unwinded this weekend.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
And also got my ass kicked in Doom Eternal, as you saw when you got home. That master level is ridiculous. I do not encourage anybody to do World Spear. It's too much. There's no reason for that to exist. So, but as far as your end of things, anything that's kind of on your mind at all that you kind of did that was fun or anything that was,
not really. I mean, I didn't really do anything. I didn't do a whole lot this past weekend. I was at Meg's. I've been doing more of the coffee times, for Riker Road and stuff. So that, I mean, it was kind of crappy out here and there. So we didn't get to do a whole lot, but the kids played outside, things like that. But Meg was doing an order. She's got 110 cookies for a, what is it? Baby shower.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
110 cookies for a baby shower. I don't even know 110 people. Even if you get to people too, I don't know 55 motherfuckers.
It's like my Facebook says I know like 1,200 people, and I'm pretty sure I forgot about 800 of them.
Yeah.
It's like, where did they come from?
Idea. No idea. There's no way I know that many people. But no, it was just kind of chill because that's my time to shut off is when I go to Meg's. And as far as like, not social media per se, but like social media and YouTube a little bit and, recording and stuff. So that's my time to just do whatever I want. And that, this weekend was nothing.
Yeah.
So that was it.
That's, you ask any adult, nothing is amazing.
Right.
So, but yeah, onto the main pressing thing that I really wanted to talk about. We actually, at some point, Lee and I were kind of talking today of like, he was asking like, hey, do you think, I should be on or whatever? Like I'll make time if I need to be. And just with how we record and stuff, like timing, just like, it just didn't work out. Yeah. So it was kind of like, okay, you know what? I'm like, I do want to have him on again and actually maybe go into this and hopefully have some better news of some things that can transpire. And again, guys, if you want the full context of what we're talking about, I encourage you either way, whether or not you listen to us or, just skip onto it, go watch his video, share it, like it, comment on it, make sure it goes crazy in the algorithm, because this is something that is, it's unacceptable. We have dealt with copyrights. We are no stranger to it. We deal with it every single week.
Oh, yeah.
And, this is the thing, too, is that it's like people have a misconception. And we were kind of talking about this beforehand. But, the idea that, with 200,000 subs, you must make a lot of money or you must do this. And and honestly, like it's funny because like we see what happens. Now we do know how revenue changes depending on what we do. So it's like we kind of like have a way to kind of gauge things. But in the same hand, to go on record, as we've said it many times to, make sure it's here too, is that we are roughly around the 30% like era or like area of like, you know, of videos that are posted that are reactions that we actually make revenue off of. Everything else is Patreon. Everything else is super chats. Everything else is merch sales, all that stuff. That's why we branched out because we knew that if there was a way to be able to support ourselves that, you know, we can do that. So with that being said, Lee contacted me and he was just like, well, this happened. And I remember just looking at it and just being like, what the fuck? Like you're like your whole channel is demonetized. Like not just the videos that they're up in a roar about. Yeah. Which again, they still like from what I understand, unless if you watch this, comment below and let us know. But I still don't think they even gave a specific video. They just said he was posting or reposting reused content, which means that you are taking the raw clip and posting it to your channel and then attempting to make revenue. Now, there's a couple problems with that. One is that every video that Lee has posted has been a reaction. And secondly, there are plenty of people that abuse this on plenty of other platforms. Like you can even see TV shows that are like re-uploaded to TikTok. And like, and there's even times that things can fly under the radar or whatever on YouTube where like, oh my God, this movie's on here for free. I will watch it for 48 hours until the algorithm catches it. You know?
Exactly.
So like this is not an uncommon thing, but those are legit like situations that is actually happening. And it's infuriating for me for two reasons, as I know that it is for you as well too, is that this is not only someone else that is fighting the good fight along with us. This is also a friend of ours. And more so as he was even talking, I'm like, oh my God, like if it couldn't get worse was that he was like, he's like, I actually dropped hours at work. Right. Because I was merging into YouTube full-time.
Right.
And so this, like, that's essentially like the issue. And he made the investigation on his shorts that the thumbnails look like they are reused content, but when you click on them, they're reactions. And they'd made a decision to demonetize his entire channel. That we both know what it's like to grind to 100,000 subscribers. It's, you know, we had it very quick, but still there is a fucking grind. And Lee works more than 90% of the YouTubers I know, you know, the amount that he uploads and does things. So that's essentially what we are going to dive into tonight, of just like us taking this in and trying to fucking process it, because I genuinely don't understand what the issue is. Like, it's because it's like, is this an algorithm thing? Is this somebody that viewed his channel and reported it? Like, I don't fucking know.
No, it's not. I don't think it's anybody that reported him. I think what it is that YouTube is a piss poor platform when it comes to any of their rules. And the reason I'm saying that is because I literally witnessed it with my own eyes, which they didn't do, because what I'm about to say is that there was a few things that really fucking pissed me off. And the fact that the video, him stating that he basically found a way, and good for him, but like got a hold of YouTube.
Which I think in times like this is that they give you an email address or give you a contact, like because it's a serious thing or whatever. So
the fact that they, you know, allow you that information, and then, you know, then what they told him was, oh, okay, not a problem. Essentially, you have to dispute this. Now make a video. Did you hear what the fuck I just said? Make a video. And send it to us.
We'll watch it.
We'll watch it. What, like you just said, right?
Yeah.
So why the fuck? You already know what channel I am. Why do I gotta make a fucking whatever? Fine. He made the videos.
Yeah, one was the process.
Plural.
Yeah, I think one was which they're unlisted, so we can't see them. They're meant for YouTube. But one was his editing process and how he records, and the other one was stating his case, essentially.
And the fact that that's why I was like, no, they just got a piss poor platform. They told him to do this shit, and there was no views on it. So here's the thing, and don't say, whoa, it's probably because it's on. It doesn't fucking matter. I have sent mom or whoever, and it's been unlisted with something like, here, check this out real quick. And when you guys watch it, I'm like, well, they watch it because there's a click.
Yeah.
Even when I just gave you the link. So for them to deny him and say, nah, you're still breaking rules. You didn't even watch the video you told me to make.
Yes. And they denied his appeal.
No, man. No fucking way. That right there tells me that they don't fucking do anything that they say. Now I really know that probably 99% of the times when I get ass fucked on getting any type of revenue, it's not from the artist.
No.
And it's not even from the label. Sometimes it might be.
There are some labels that are unrelenting.
But
yeah, for sure.
YouTube doesn't know how to run their own fucking system that they set up and their own goddamn rules. I get the fact that okay, fine. You can argue, all right, Lee, then you got to make different thumbnails for your shorts. Fine. That's fine because the algorithm doesn't know. That's great. You didn't look.
Yeah.
That's when a designated motherfucker needs to be sitting at YouTube and going, here, Bill, here's your 600 videos you need to watch today to see if they're good. Sorry. That's what you got to fuck. Your multi-billion-dollar company can't hire some fucking douchebag 25-year-old out of college to sit there and watch YouTube videos. Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that this is where I've really come to determine that it is a lot of times it is straight up YouTube. They want his money. That's fine. You want his money, but now he can't even make you any money. How does that fucking win for either one of you?
I think that it's the unfortunate thing that, like, for instance, like even when you're not monetized, if you have something in your video, there can be ads on it. So whether or not it's like the idea that, if you're doing more like copyrighted material or anything like that. So I think that it's, I don't know. It's one of those that like, this is where it gets into the hairy part because it's one of those that it's like, okay, like, well, is the label getting the money now that I was bringing in, or is this like YouTube? Like, I mean, YouTube gets a cut out of everything and rightfully so. It's their platform. That's how they keep everything in business. But in the same hand is that like these things cannot happen. And then YouTube just expect us to be okay with it. Like, I mean, genuinely, because it opens up that black hole of like, well, okay, like where is this all going now? Like, are there going to be no ads on my channel? Now that there are ads, okay, well then where's that going? You know what? If I do a Blackpink reaction and like we're like those videos are always ineligible, we know we're not going to make any money off of those.
Correct.
That is just a fact. That is just how it is. That is a learned behavior that we found out over time. This shit that is happening is like, it's borderline random. And it's weird that it's like Mr. L. Boyd, who we are not connected to at all, but we're in the same community. We've kept up on that. So it's like he obviously got things reinstated. Good for him. But Mr. L. Boyd, Sketchpad podcast, and now Lee. Right. There are 3 different people. Now, to be very, very frank, is that I don't think that we are in danger of anything like this happening because we don't have like every thumbnail is very precise on like what is happening. Now, again, we also don't do shorts like Lee does. Now, it's like, I don't know if like there's like differences in rules on shorts or if they're like they take them more seriously, which is like in that case, it's like I look at it where it's like, well, no, content is content. You should treat it all the same. But it's just like I'm trying to like wrap my head around how even being on an elevated level that these people are of like, being able to oversee things that it's like, that making a drastic decision to demonetize somebody's channel is detrimental. Like it's imagine you and I both go full time. We're in it 5 years and now all of our eggs are in this basket and now everything is just gone. Right. Because they wanted to, or because they looked at something and they went, oh yeah, that looks like that. We're going to go ahead and pull it. Oh, it's okay. Well, in 90 days, you can go ahead and, reapply. Reapply. That is not get it back. That is literally bringing all of your information to them and them deciding on whether or not you're allowed to be in the YouTube partnership program. Yeah. This entire system is fucked. And it's and this is why like it's infuriating because it's the main platform that we use. It's the only one that we can really use to the extent of what we want to do with it with, because even jumping over to Rumble, doing reactions, I'm still hesitant on that. So it's like, like Detour stuff can go on there or like, like the
I've
podcast.
thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But for what we do it's the reaction community on YouTube. And for us to even make it happen is a fucking nightmare. Like, and it's just like, it's like, I have one hand of it where like, I'm super angry. I'm angry about the stuff that happens with the stuff that we experience, but I'm also pissed off for my friends. And I do want to give a big middle finger to everything that's going on. But it's the main fucking thing we have to use. And
right.
it's dude, like, it's almost like they know they got us by the balls. So it's like, it's just, I don't know. I've got many different thoughts swimming through my head. It's just,
my biggest thing is that that I keep circling back to is that, like you said, it's not the fact of, do we get paid off of Blackpink? No. So no, we don't get 100,000 views in the 2 days that it's up as far as payment and all this stuff. I think one snuck in one time and it was a Lisa.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a Blackpink.
It was like during like a glitch that happened anyway. So, and they haven't taken it back. Yeah. So,
no. But like what I'm saying is that we do know that. We do know that we get, I would argue we get paid about 40% ish. But just as far as like what we do make monthly, I know that there's a lot more lives going on. But what I'm saying, okay, but you know, they are taking that away abruptly. Mm-hmm. So not that Lee is, but in the fact of either A, not wanting to post as much, at least on his main channel, which I get because he's going to try to focus on the other ones now.
Yeah. But
that whole fact of you're taking away their revenue. So now they don't want to make anything. So now they're not going to make you any money. Why would you do that? Like, like you said, why the shorts, fine. Be like, nope, fuck your shorts. Mm-hmm. Or figure it out and fix it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Tell me to fix it. Tell me there's a problem and show me what the problem is.
Yeah.
I won't do it again and I'll fix it. How about that? Give me a strike.
Yeah. It's if there is a reason that is big enough for you to no longer make revenue, there has to be specifics. There is no reason why they shouldn't have a list of links and go, this is what popped up in our algorithm. Yep. Either get rid of these or change them. Cool. There is never that. It's never that with YouTube. Ever.
And the thing is that they're trying to play with their algorithm the same way. It's like, clearly your robot system isn't working right. So why aren't you having to oh God, I can't talk. I'm so mad. Like, why aren't you able to be like made to fix it? Like, people should be in such an uproar because like I am right now. Like, this is really frustrating because I know that there are a lot of people out there that put in. I mean, we know how much time we put into this.
Yeah.
I know how much time he puts into that.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're just treating people and the fact of going, no, well, this is our platform. Mm-hmm. No. And the fact that, like, I think we've talked before, that there is no 800 number. There is no direct email. That should be fucking illegal. You can get a hold of Amazon.
Yeah.
Can you get a hold of Jeff Bezos? Not really.
Yeah.
But you can get a hold of Amazon.
Yeah.
And go fuck yourself. This needs fixed.
Yeah.
And they have to do it because they're a business. Mm-hmm. YouTube is still a business. It is a open platform.
Yeah.
Which actually makes it even more dangerous in the fact that you should have way more things to be able to get a hold of you for situations like this.
Yeah.
Oh, our robots are fucking up? Gee, didn't see that happening. Let's put a real fucking human being on it with fingers. Mm-hmm. No. How is this? How are they not held accountable? Yeah. At all. It's not just Lee, and it's not just this one time. This is a constant thing. Mm-hmm. Nah, man. That fucking bitch owner needs to go down. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, and the thing is too, is that like I think that one of the reasons why I get fired up the most is that let's just take the fact that Lee is our friend out of this.
Sure.
Let's just
we don't know Mr. L. Boyd.
No, we don't. And it's like, and we've like vaguely even talked to Sketchpad. So it's one of those where it's like, okay, like, you know, just from a, wide angle lens view of everything where you're like, okay, this is messed up and this is happening to people. The thing that boils my blood the most, and who knows, maybe this podcast, like they'll hear this or whatever, and then it'll either get taken down or whatever, but I frankly don't give a fuck, is that you have allowed Onision to be on your platform for years. With assuming that everything that Mr. Repzion has been saying and that I've been watching as far as like him breaking down the lawsuit that is going on, that not only are these people going after Greg Onision, but they're actually going after YouTube as well, allowing him to be on the platform. Like, it's crooked, dude. Like it's the fact that it's like they've allowed him to abuse the copyright system to get videos taken down that have exposed his criminal behavior. And thus far, it's the idea that it's like, well, when they're down for those few weeks, they're not going to get as much traction. It's like they'll go back up. It's all good, but you're not going to hit that sweet spot of what you need to make it go. Now, you could argue that a big enough impact has been made, but in the same hand as that, it's like it was like a major obsession of his. Find any video that has been said anything about me, and if they use a clip of me, I'm taking it down because that's my face. And they let him. He abused the system for such a long time. And everything else I can't say because we would get demonetized that he has done and has been like that, this gross fucking behavior. And it's like these are just two of the big, like of the many big problems that YouTube has. And it's to me, it's like in the times that I'm like, well, dude, like this needs to be taken care of. And it's like, well, what do you expect? They allowed Onision on their platform and he's still on it. It's like his channel's not been taken down. Now, whether or not he uploads is a different story, but his stuff's not taken off. Only certain things have been removed, and like I think like his Bro channel or something, or like some other stuff or whatever isn't like easily accessible. Or I know like certain things have been removed. He still has a presence. Like you still have identification in some way. He can still make money. He can still do exactly. So it's like to me it's just there's a long laundry list of things that I could 110% fucking say about just everything that is wrong with YouTube. And it's just to me like it's like you're literally it's like the cop pulling you over and being an asshole and thinking that you have something in your car when you don't. Where it's like, do you understand? I'm just trying to come home from work and the guy that has crack in his car is driven past you and you're too like it's like like is this really that big of a deal? Because clearly it is big enough that you need to demonetize somebody's entire like collection of things that they've put up. But it's like there's other things that are happening on YouTube, right? And you're gonna waste your time. Like, nah, dude, get fucked. Like I just like, it's there's number one, reactors shouldn't even have any copyright problems anyway, because unless if you are deliberately doing like a Susie Lou thing or whatever, where she would just sit and just watch anime and barely gasp the whole time and post full episodes, that's a fucking problem. Correct. You edit, we pause. We fucking, talk over everything. Pause, like, queen, and rewind. Like, we wear those things with fucking pride, because that we do not. We have to though sometimes. Yeah, like you have to. It's not the fact that we fake gasping or wanting to pause. It's the fact of when one of us feels that thing, we know to act on it aloud. Yeah, because it's a reaction. Yeah. Number one. And number two, it does help with the copyright and not being us just sitting there going, this is good. Yeah. It's like, I could have fucking told you that. Yeah. But that's why it does upset me that we don't get paid off of 80-90% of what we put up. Sometimes we do get in a weird groove and we're just kind of like lost and don't really talk or pause. Okay, sure. But I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, we need to get paid off everything, but like what we should. But in the fact of I've let that go. Yeah. I've let that go, and it took me a long time to let that go. But in the fact of, like you said, completely demonetizing somebody for the fact of them reacting, doing things that is perfectly legal to do. They're trying to claim some illegal activity and being like, nope, if you want to do this, go ahead, but you're not going to get any money and you can't even apply for it. No, man, that's not the way that shit works. No. And the thing is that if this happens to more people, this is when it's going to be the actual downfall of YouTube, because people are going to go, fine, fuck you, and I'm not going to post anything. It's one of those, like, if everybody just quit going to work one day. The entire system would fall apart. Correct. Yeah. So if you keep knocking on the devil's door, eventually somebody's going to answer you, dude. So if you keep poking the fucking bear and you keep fucking with these other channels, no matter how big or small, it doesn't matter whether it's copyrighted material or not. Yeah. They're making you money, bringing you traffic to your fucking platform and using the only thing that they have is this thing. So yeah, they got you by the balls, but eventually we're going to have them too. Yeah.
have the turntables have Michael Scott. But no, it's just like I really feel like something like that is going to happen, and they're going to go, oh fuck, we messed up. Yeah, we messed up. So Larry, rewind, like take it back.
Yeah, I think that there's again like I also try to, with the best of my ability, look at the best in everybody. And even when it comes to a corporate side of things, because I've worked corporate for a long time and I know what it's like when you get complaints from the outside because they think that things aren't being taken care of. But it's also like, well, no, this, like, we've explained this. This is why this thing is here. This is why we're doing this, whatever. Like, and it's also like I'm used to an environment of that. The things that are important are worked on, and the things that are lesser, we shelve those for a while. Sure. It's much like how we do reactions, where it's just like, no, 21 Pilots is not fucking giving us any kind of freedom right now. Sorry, we have to shelve them. Yep. Because we can't even get the videos to you anyway. Now, there's a big class of people that are going to be out there that's going to be like, what the fuck, dude? Where's 21 Pilots? And it's like, but the second that you say that, it's the, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and it's right. So like, I understand that there is a dynamic that could happen like that with YouTube. The problem is that we've never really had it. Like, it's like there's only been a couple of times that I can look at it and go, wow, that was a really smart decision that they did. Like, it sucked what they had to do, but I get it. Like, for like creating Vivo, where it's like, okay, no, like they banded together, figured out how to have music legally on their platform. Good for fucking you. Not only is that going to benefit all the artists, it's going to benefit you as well, because that was the problem. Where does the revenue go? Yada, yada. So it's like, all right, awesome. And it's, with everything else from COPPA to, content made for kids, Adpocalypse, like all these things, like Adpocalypse is still one thing that, like, I still don't know how the hell his video got even uploaded. Like, because it's like, now I don't know if trigger words were big then. So maybe that's an explanation, is like why, like, maybe it didn't immediately get flagged or something.
Oh, sure.
But it was the fact that it was very apparent in the title that it was, there's someone that unalived themselves in the unalive forest. This is not clickbait. And now it's like when it finally hit like however millions of views, then it was, oh, now there's a problem. And it's to me, it's like, it's just, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's like there are freedoms that are there, like, and I don't even know if it's even just based on people because they have millions of subscribers. I genuinely think they just have a broken fucking system. Because like Markiplier even making his tweet of being like, hey, yo, you going to give me a strike too? I did the exact same thing. You haven't touched me. What's the deal? And then it was kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, we need to take care of that. It's like, well, of course you need to take care of it. Markiplier is one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet, and he doesn't put up with your shit. Yeah. So it's, I don't know. It's just, I wish we had more of an ability to throw our weight around. It's just that we don't have a lot of weight.
Not like that. No. And people misunderstand and mistake the fact of 200,000 plus subscribers on a Riker Road and a reaction channel. The over 200,000 subscribers is phenomenal. Yeah. And that is a huge goal and everything, but we're a reaction channel. We're not a PewDiePie. We're not as far as like, we're not just like daily things. We listen to fucking music. So our impact, even with it being larger as far as a number count, is a very specific demographic over here. Yeah. YouTube is this whole motherfucker. Yeah. So even with us being bigger, it doesn't matter. It's not the same thing. Yeah. We are nowhere near, like, yes, Markiplier is just, I don't want to say just game, but like games, like, Let's Player, but like with his huge following, that is a major difference on his impact and how his voice is heard. Right. And it's especially like him being able to have his gaming channel and like, and then eventually like, no, I'm going to make choose your own adventure stuff. I'm going to, just goof off with my friend for fucking 3 months and make random videos. Or like, so it's like, that platform has just blessed him so well. And he's very, very upfront about it. He is in every way. And that's the thing, is that, like, I think, like we've talked before, is that people have this misunderstanding that if we can just get it to Riker Road, that it's like, what kind of pull do you think we fucking have, dude? Like we spend the night at Ronnie's house. Yeah, right. Or, that we just hang out with 21 Pilots because they're from Ohio. Like, no, dude, like that's not how this works. But the illusion of what people think and how big people are. And like, you know, even though it's a big platform, but it's not the same. And, you know, there are very few people like the Markipliers that have that big voice, no matter what their specific genre is, but use it for the good.
Yes. Yeah.
And, you know, that's where like, I hope to be that someday in the fact of maybe a major impact on people's lives, or, you know, the YouTube community, and use my powers for good, if you will.
Yeah.
Be that good guy of YouTube, if you will.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. So like, yeah, it does suck, unfortunately, because we would have taken care of this whole Lee shit in a heartbeat.
Oh, 100%.
But there's nothing we can fucking do.
No. And it's honestly that it really just comes down to, you know, bringing awareness to it, you know, because again, it's one of those that like not even knowing how far they're even going to push his video or even allow it to even like get the traction for it, because then they're accountable. And that's essentially like the main meat of what I wanted to do with this podcast, is that YouTube needs to hold accountable for this, because I'm sure that there's probably hundreds of other channels out there that we are not connected to that, you know, are other reactors. Because if you look up reactors on YouTube, it is such a like just an amalgam of thousands of people that do this, you know. And again, there's good ones, there's bad ones. I mean, they're just like everything. But in the same hand, we're all doing the exact same thing. We're reacting to things. And if this is going to be an issue, then it's like, no, like then
it needs to be an issue for every single reactor.
It does. It's like, cause it's one of those where it's like, if they were to put Lee's and our channels, like, you know, our channels, like, you know, like side by side, and just being like, oh yeah, it's, well, you know, I guess we either have to demonetize them both or reinstate as demonetization, because they're both doing the same thing, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, and then it's like, well, then what do they do? And it's like, they're like, we're doing the same shit. Like it's like, it's because it's, again, I'm not welcoming that anything should happen to us, but in the same hand, it's one of those where it's just like, nah, dude, if you're going to play fair, even if it's not fair, play fair.
Correct.
Like it's, so the crux of it is give him his fucking monetization back. Like it's, let him do what he's doing. He's one of the most dedicated YouTubers I have ever met in my life. Just the amount of content that man pumps out and what he does, and he loves it. He fucking loves it. He loves doing that. Like even learning how he started and like how determined he was or whatever. Yeah. Like, you know, because it's funny now, and you look at it and like, you know, maybe like the same way we look at our stuff where it's like he might cringe at it, but no, dude, that's how you built your foundation.
Correct.
That's how you did this. And you worked your ass off, and they're going to do this shit to you?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. And I encourage everybody that is able to have a voice on their social media or is able to do something, no matter who is watching this, that if you guys can bring awareness to this, make sure it's out there, because it needs to be out there. So all that being said, I want to cool down a little bit, and we do have some questions. We put some stuff out on community, and we put some stuff out on, you know, Facebook and Discord and stuff.
To be fair, I did not read any of these.
Well, the thing is that you got them sent to you, too, so you can follow along. But we're not going to do all of them, but it was just, but yeah, well, do it for the Vine. So I actually wanted to start with this one just because Lola did message me, and she's like, what do you think about my potato question? And I was like, your potato question? And I think this is a very, very good question. So Lola asked, if you could only keep one form of potato, which one would you keep? Either fries, baked, fried beans, or fried or mashed or whatever. Like I had refried beans, so I had it on my mind. But so any form of potato.
So
if you could only have one for the rest of your life, because this is, I think that we're gonna piss a lot of people off.
I'm gonna pull a loophole here.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I'm gonna go the potato, so I can still make any single one of those.
You're the Tony Stark. I'm just like, I think I would just cut the wire. It's like, always a way out with you.
Yeah, bro. That way, just give me the potato, and then I can just make all of those. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. But no,
I'll get a fry maker, fucking push it through, you know. So yeah,
waffle fries.
Ooh, waffle. Okay. That's see, now I'm kind of rethinking my answer because
a little cheese dip action.
Oh, cheese dip. You know, yeah, probably, yeah, dude. Like Mr. Hero, fucking. Dude, see, but then I love curly fries too. Like it's just
right, curly fries. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, fries, but like what? Yeah, what?
No, no. I know exactly what I would choose for myself 100%. Sweet potato fries.
Right, but I think she was just saying, like, do you want them in fry form, mashed form? Do you want them in? I think that's.
Okay, sure.
But I would just say waffle fries. Like I'd be slapping them.
Waffle, waffle. I gotta go with waffle.
Yeah, just in general fry action.
Which reminds me, I still have not had Chick-fil-A. I need to make that happen. I know that it's a monumental place, probably with my history. I should have had it by now, but so that was never an after church thing that we did. So
no, there wasn't one around until like kind of recently. But
really?
Yeah,
to me, it's like they've always been around. So
well, they have, but not the one in Fairlawn. So yeah, it was farther away. But yeah,
okay. Luna has a very good question. She asks, if you could give one piece of advice to anyone struggling in life, what would it be? I think that this is very much based on situation. I think the advice, is not always black and white depending on where you're at and what's going on. But I think that the main thing is don't lose yourself. Like don't let the things that are around you make you forget like who you are, what you enjoy, what you love. Because I think that that's where your depression gets worse. I would say like just like 100%, like no matter what is going on in your situation, like the sun will rise tomorrow. Don't lose yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's I guess what I would have said too, in the sense of where you going through and struggling through stuff is like. It's almost like you have to do certain things to be able to appreciate other things later. So in the fact of, one piece of advice struggling from it, not the whole like the sun will come out tomorrow type of deal, but when you have such like day in, day out of just bullshit and depression and just anger and all that, like you kind of get into this like groove. So if you kind of put your mindset in the fact of, okay, that was shit. Let me just take a step back and see like, okay, how can I fix this for the next time? Or why did this happen? Or things like that. Like I really started to take even also like accountability where I understand that like, maybe the way I was acting or the things I was doing it for or something like that caused X, Y, and Z. But I think just knowing that, like I said, the sun will come out tomorrow, but like knowing that, it's hard right now. It could be a lot worse and it's going to get better. Yeah. Because I mean, there were just things like, I've done the impossible. I have done the fucking impossible. Yeah. When I didn't think it was possible. And I think that's the thing is that, you just put your fucking head down in a good way. Put your fucking head down and just go the fuck forward. Yeah. So, there it is.
Keep moving forward. Yeah. No matter what you're doing,
just
man.
Keep swimming.
Again, we've done a whole section on talking about like how we like the time that the times that we almost quit YouTube or quit. Now, again, I think that, there's also more things in life than just YouTube, obviously. But in the same hand is that it's just, like it would have been very easy to quit at those times, but we would have never experienced anything that we've experienced now. Correct. And like all that stuff. I mean, just the people we've been able to meet, the impacts that have happened, all that stuff. It's just, it really is incredible. Laura G, which is the first picture I sent you on there. So I was kind of skipping around so that way you can keep up. But Laura G wants to know, and I think that we're going to go and end on this one, but now that you both create content daily for various channels, does it change how you view other creators' content? Does it take away some of the fun or does it give you a better appreciation for the content creation? Does it make you more critical of editing, whether it be your own content or viewing other content? So just how we view other content creators and, different things. And I find myself, it's easier to shut off watching YouTube than it is for me to shut off and watch a movie.
Really?
Yes, dude. It's because I have this mentality of kind of almost like David Fincher, where he's just like, he's like, people have asked him, it's like, you do 1,000 takes. He's like, yeah, these guys make millions of dollars. They'll live. Get in there and get it right.
Facts, dude. But yeah.
But again, like that's all you're doing, so it's like, you're not like, trying to, be a, tax, guy or whatever, and then trying to also act. Sure. It's like, no, you are an actor. Right. It's like this is your job. So for me, when I see a film that has money thrown at it, that has the best of the best, actors, including anyone behind the scenes, I do hold it to a much higher scrutiny than I do of YouTubers, because YouTube is YouTube. However your skill set allows you to be able to bring it out. And I think certain people impress me, where I look at something and I'm like, oh shit, like that was cool. Like that was Hollywood level, or that was really good acting, or that was, this or this. I can also let some stuff go. Like watching LA Beast, I do not expect his videos to be immaculate with editing. That's not the point.
Well, sure.
So like it's I kind of just like I'm able to shut off more, like when it comes to other content creators.
See, wow, that's crazy. See, I'm almost like the opposite.
Oh, wow, really?
So I don't really watch I mean, we do, and like I still do, but YouTube is basically just music for me. I don't even watch a lot of reactions anymore because I can't, whether they're friends or not, even good friends or not. Oh, geez. I can't tell you the last time I watched a No Life Shack.
Right.
I can't tell you the last time I watched Two Lit Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And first of all, I do have the time. Like, I don't have the time for that.
Mm-hmm.
When I want to listen to music, I'm listening to music. Now, I will get, I'll get a buzz on every once in a while, and it gets late at night. I'm like, who the fuck reacted to Conflict? Let me see what she did. Or like, what do these two guys do? Like, you'll do that. But to me, it's work.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what I mean is that when I watch something on the YouTubes, all I keep going, now my brain is going, wait, should I do something like that? How do they do that with their intro? Can we do that? I wonder how long that will take me. When I watch a movie, I'm watching Jim Carrey flip around and morph his face and do. Now I'm laughing. Or an alien getting shot in the fucking eyeball from across the room from a sniper. Like I'm shut the fuck off. I'm engaged in that.
Right.
Not that I don't engage, but like, YouTube is mostly music for me and sounds and a distraction.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily something to watch anymore like it was. And that does kind of suck dick, because it is, I think, directly related because of the fact of the content that I make and how much I do on YouTube in general.
Yeah.
It almost is like, I don't want to play with you right now.
Right.
Like I play with you all day Saturday.
Right.
So no, I'm going to go over here and, watch, the new fucking remake of Roadhouse or whatever. And, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But it's just because the enjoyment is there, but I think it's that whole thing we've talked before, is that I quit my 40-hour a week job to work 90 hours a week.
Right.
Because all I do is think about stuff. Even just because I'm not writing things down and editing doesn't mean I'm still not working up here.
Yeah.
So it is a constant thing. Movies and TV shows are my shut off. Now, when it comes to maybe things like the LA Beast or even like Good Mythical Morning, there's a few things in there. But again, I feel like that creator side always comes out of me, and I'm more engaged and focused on the production, the dialogue, the camera angles, and the lighting, all of those things.
Yeah.
And what kind of fucking camera did they buy? How did they get it to look like that? Now I'm researching while I'm watching this. Like, that's what happens. And I don't know. It's a cursing. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. It is kind of a big bummer. And I feel like that YouTube has changed my life for the good, but also has done things for me that has crippled my daily like comfort, if you will.
We can't listen to new music anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just very unfortunate, but it's still nice nonetheless. And I don't view people in a different way, or like, oh, they're doing terrible, but I feel like I can't view people the same way anymore.
Yeah. I think that the inspiration does happen for me when I watch YouTube, but it's more so kind of like when I get taken out, like I'm like, whoa.
Okay.
It's so like that does happen. But for the most part, like I watch, everything from, I was on a Chris Hansen kick for a while.
Sure.
I've watched, Dr. Phil's, sections while I play Death Stranding. My favorite thing to do right now is still to this day, I rewatch a lot of these reactions, is people reacting to Barbarian. Because if I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's not seen it, but that actually has such an interesting, dare I say, meet cute that happens in it, where it's like with Skarsgård and I can't remember the lady's name, the actress, but
you're like, what the fuck?
Right. So it's like that mentality of that. It's like, can I trust this person? Like, you know, like is like is our focus being moved like, you know, in the wrong direction or like whatever. Like it does such a brilliant way of keeping people engaged. It's same way with like The Green Mile or watching Shawshank or anything like that, because it's like there's something very interesting about watching younger people take in these like just mammoth of movies. Yeah. Where it's like, this is a 2.5 hour, like, you know, endeavor, and all of them are engaged.
And it's not Marvel.
No. And it's,
you know what I mean? Like,
and those are fun too, but it's like, it's just, dude, there is something special about that. It is so cool to see that. And I've never really find myself focusing on things unless if it's audio. Like if the audio is like more ear piercing or whatever, I tend to not stick around. But I'm very blessed that with the reactors that I do watch, that for the most part, their audio quality is very good. Sure. You know, so it's like I'm able to kind of like shut that off in a way. Right. But like even watching Deep Fat Fried, I've gotten ideas before for stuff where I'm like, oh my God, that was hysterical. This is how they opened up. You know, I think like the episode where they did an episode on heaven and Paul's just sitting there and they're like, wait, Paul's transcending. Oh my God. And like, he's like, you know, like, and just like, it just dumb shit. Like that's kind of like what catches my mind. Cause I look at it and I go, we can do that and we can probably do it to our level or better. Correct. So it's like, so what is it that we can do with this? So like, that's I kind of have more like aha moments that pop up where it's like in my shutting off where it's like, no, like YouTube will not let my creative side go in those moments where it's just kind of like it's that like, it will spark it. Like, I mean, but I also watch a lot of videos over and over again. So you know, so it's like maybe you get comfortable in certain things or whatever. But I mean, it is a very interesting lens because when we see people that post something new, like when Brent posts something that it's like, okay, all right, buddy, what do you got? Right. We're an audience member now. Correct. You know, and it is
we're not just buddies. Like we are legit a audience member going, what did you do? Yeah. It's like, and
like making that conscious effort of, you know, liking the video and like it's all those things. Like we are in such an interesting place of how we do content, the people that we've been, you know, blessed enough to be able to meet or to be able to connect with or anything like that, that it really does, you know, just give a very, like I said, an interesting lens, you know, so like, but I think we're also kind of like spoiled in the fact that it's like, no, dude, we pull it up on the TV if we watch something like that, something we both want to watch or whatever, which the new episode of Hot Ones, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
bro, it is Conan O'Brien. Oh God, bro, I threw it on before I went to bed the other night because I kind of went on like a Hot Ones binge. And dude, I was cackling.
Really?
It is I can't even explain to you what happened.
Okay. All right.
I will set a bar that is way too high. You need to experience so anyway, but yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so either way, guys, I hope that you guys have stuck through the video and that you've been able to listen to us ramble. If you guys enjoy this, as always, make sure you drop a comment and you like the video if you want to see more. And most importantly, guys, just, you know, stand up for Lee. Make sure you guys are spreading that message as far as we possibly can. And we're just going to make sure that we do our part and do everything that we can as well. So, but until we sign off next week, Eric, is there anything that you would like to tell the audience before we officially end this episode?
Later.
We'll see you guys next time. Adios.